Hello everyone and welcome to Tipsy, where we actually provide you with top tips to meet your specific need. So today we are actually going to be sharing with you a top number one strategy that you can actually use to predict an under 2.5 or 3.5 goals using Betmines when it concerns soccer match prediction. So if you're new to this channel, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and also enable the notification bell icon so as to be the very first to receive new post notifications and updates whenever we create a new video or tutorial. Also, if there are any app that you are actually using at the moment to predict and under goals, then please make sure to leave a comment below so that we are actually going to see the app you are actually using to even come out with more tutorials to see how you can actually use those apps effectively for the best pick choice matches. To begin with, in this strategy, what you want to do as the first step is to first of all locate your Play Store, click on it, and at the search of it, make sure to search Betmines and click on search. Once you do that, you're actually going to be located. You're actually going to see an app that looks like this from the inside. If this is your first time to use it, then please make sure to go ahead to install it successfully. And once the installation has been completed, what you want to do as the next step is to locate the open button as you can see here and click on it directly. Once you do that, you're actually going to be displayed with this front page as you can see here. The first step you actually want to take is to locate this 3 stripe that you can actually see here. Click on it and you are going to be displayed with this left sidebar as you can see in my case. Make sure to locate the Bedmine machine as you can see here and click on it directly and you are actually going to be located. You are going to see this front page. As the event type that you can see here, make sure to click that area and you are going to be displayed with this result. Since we are concerned with under 2.5 or 3.5 goal strategy for soccer match prediction, we are actually going to choose an under 3.5 goal in this case. I'll click on under 3.5 and inside of the under 3.5, we are actually going to see an under 2.5. Or likewise, you can as well go ahead to choose under 2.5 as well for this, as in my case. Once you do that, click again on this headed arrow and you are going to be displayed with this result. In this case, what you want to do as the next step is to choose what date you actually want matches to be displayed to you. In my case, I can choose today, tomorrow, and whatever date I actually want. But in this tutorial, I'm going to take the date of today. Once I've choose the date of today, please make sure that you still make sure that you are actually on the choices as you can see here. Come now to this area that says number of matches and increase this number of matches by even up to 20. Once you do that, the next step is to drag this odd range here and leave it to 1.30 as you can see here. Once you do that, click on search and all the matches will be displayed to you. So they will actually ask you some time to watch a short video ad before those matches will be displayed. In my case, I'll go ahead to watch the video ad and the matches will be displayed to me. Now you can see all the matches based on under 2.5 or 3.5 goals have actually been displayed to me based on the selected result which I've actually chosen. In this case, we have 20 matches have been displayed with an odd of 30, as you can see in this case, and the date which we have actually chosen. This also actually depends to what date you actually choose based on the display result. The first step you actually want to take once all of these matches have been displayed to you is to click to each and every one of these matches and analyze them separately to come out with the best picks, which we are actually going to show you in this tutorial. To begin with, I want to select the first match in this case and click on it directly. Once I do that, I will actually be taken to the inside of this match, which I can actually see as you can see in this front page. The 2 or 3 very important area to look at is to come to this area that says prediction. Click on it directly, and once you are there, make sure to locate the total goals as you can see here. Click on it and make sure that the percentage of under 2.5 or 3.5 goal is above 50%. Once you are sure that it is above 50, then you can actually move to the next step. Then in this case, we don't know if we're actually going to go for an under 2.5 or 3.5 goals in this case. But of course, we're actually going to see that in the next step. After you have concluded that under 2.5 or 3.5 goal is above 50, then you can go ahead to make sure that you locate this area that says matches. Click on matches, and once you do that, you'll be displayed with this result. In the result, what you want to do is to make sure that you locate the last matches for this locomotive as well as its opponent to see how they actually perform. You can click the drop-headed arrow to see their performance, as in this case, and also its opponent. You click on its arrow to also see its performance. But what you want to look at is to look at this area for the first, as in the case we have locomotive Sophia. Just make sure to come to this area that says goals scored and goals conceded. Now what you want to look at is to look at the average goals scored as well as the average goals conceded. You can see that based on this, as the result of the most recent matches played this same here, you can see that they have an average goal score rate of 0.4. In other words, they are very poor in scoring. They are not good in scoring. Same way as the average goal concede, they don't concede a lot of goals. As a line of range to draw for any team that has a defensive lineup, then make sure that the average goal score, if you want to consider an under 2.5 or 3.5 goal, make sure that the average goal scored should not be greater than 1.50. This is actually to tell you that if it is less than 1.50, then the possibility of goals will not be much. And also make sure that the rate at which they concede should not be greater than 1.50 as compared to the average goal concede. So in this case, we have an average goal score of 0.4, which is not even up to 1. In other words, they are not good at scoring. Same way as its average goal conceded is not up to 1, which means that they are also good. They are not good in conceiving goals. Once you conclude that the average goal scored is less and they don't score that good, go to the opponent and make sure that it is almost the same. You can see that the average goal scored here is 0.8 and the goal conceded is 1.8. For the goals conceded, you can see the goal scored, you can see that it's not up to 1, which is a good indication. But now the goals average which they actually conceive is very big. You can see 1.8. In other words, this is the team which have more probability of even conceiving goal, which means that if we are to look at this, then we are actually not going for, we're actually going to see at the possibility of under 2.5 or 3.5. But still yet, we are not going to conclude here. We actually move to the next area that says statistics. This is where the most relevant information actually is that we should consider if we should go to take an under 2.5 or 3.5. Once you are here on the statistic area, what we want to look at is to scroll down to come to this area that says shoot. Click on shoot, and once you are here, you are going to see an area that says on target and the area that says off target. Our interest here is actually on target, and this is the most important area that we are going to look at if to consider an under 2.5 or 3.5. This is where the most crucial decision is being made, after which, once we conclude here, we are going to move to the next step, which is actually the standing to finalize our conclusion. So here, what we want to do is to look at the average shoot on target, but we are going to avoid off target because off target is not our consideration. What we want to do is to combine the two on target and divide by 2. And of course, we are going to draw an odd line of range for you to consider once it comes to under 2.5 or 3.5. Once you combine the shoot on target and divide by 2, make sure that it should be lesser than 5. Once it is lesser than 5, then you can go for an under 2.5. Once it is above 5 but not up to 7, then you can go for an under 3.5. But once it is already more than 7, then avoid it to take it as any under. So again, to repeat, when you combine the two shots on target and divide by 2, if the sum of the addition of the 2 and divide by 2 is not up to 5, then an under 2.5 goal is the best choices to go for. In this case, to even be very sure, even though it is not up to 5, you can still go for an under 3.5. But once it is more than 5, then look at under 3.5 or even 4.5. But once it is more than 6 and 7, then avoid it. In this case, 3 plus 3 here is 6. If we add 0.83 plus 0.75, is going to give us at least 1.50 or so. So if we sum up this, 3 plus 3 is 6, plus the 1 point something, let's say it is equivalent to 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4, which is lesser than 5. So an under 2.5 or 3.5 goal here is a very big possibility to occur. So we are going to consider an under 2.5 or 3.5. If the sum total of these two was exactly 5 or above 5, then we would have considered an under 3.5 or 4.5. But if it would have been more than 6 and going to 7, we would have avoided it. So in this case, our sum total is giving us less than 5. So an under 2.5 or 3.5 is our consideration. We are now going to come to standings to look how this team actually perform on their standing table. And once we are actually understanding, what we want to do is to check the home and away performance of the team on their standing table. Once you do that, move one step again behind and move to the next game, as in this case, AK Lanaka. I'll click on AK Lanaka and actually see the displayed result. So let's give it a wait. You can see this is the display result here. The next step is to come to prediction. Click on it and make sure that the total goals here for under 2.5 and 3.5, both of them is above 50. Once you are sure that it is true, come to matches and try to check based on the last 5 matches for it, and come to this area to check that the average goal scored, you can see it is not even up to 1, which is a good sign that under 2.5 or 3.5 is a big possibility. Same way as the average goal conceded. Go to the next for its opponent and check its last matches played. Come to the average and also check. You can see in this case it is 1.2. It is not up to 1.50, which is good. And also the average goal scored is not up to 1, which is still good. In other words, they are very defensive and they will not allow goal to occur, which means an under 2.5 or 3.5 goal is a big possibility. Move to the next step on statistics. Come to this area that says shot. Click on it and combine the shot on target. 5 plus 4 is 9. 4.6 plus 4.6, let's say it is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. It is exactly 5. So we are not actually going to go for an under 2.5. In this case, we'll consider an under 3.5 goal as the best choice because it is already exactly 5. Because anything lesser than 5, under 2.5 or 3.5, under 2.5 or 3.5 is good. Once as it is more than 5, we should look at under 3.5 or 4.5. And once as it is more than 6, we should avoid that case. And you now come to standing to see the position of this team on the league table, see how they do perform on both and home and away, and make the conclusion, of which the conclusion is actually being made on the shot on target. As you can see, total shot, and this is where you are going to conclude before going to standings to finalize the conclusion. Move again one step, repeat the same strategy, and you are going to come out with all the best possible picks of under 2.5 or 3.5 goals strategy or matches. So thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also enable the notification bell icon so as to be the very first to receive new post notifications and updates whenever we create a new video or tutorial. And see you again in our next episode. Bye-bye.
And now I know my heart is a ghost town.